What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fish and class is in session. I recently looked at the Tuya Scaphoid, which was designed by Jim Skelton of Skelton Blade Works. I absolutely love that knife, and today I'm excited because we are going to take a look at another Tuya knife, also designed by Jim Skelton. Today we are going to look at the Tuya Caladan version 2. So without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look. Alright, so your Tuya Caladan version 2 is going to come in this hinged hard case. On the bottom here we've got some information about our knife. This is the Caladan version 2 S90V blade steel with a hand rubbed satin and DLC finish, and this one is gray titanium. Inside your box you're going to have a nice padded felt liner and a cleaning cloth, and there's our knife. Let's take a look at this bad boy. Alright, so our closed length on this one is 4 3/4 inches. We've got titanium scales on this with a bead blast finish and a frag pattern. We've got a satin finished titanium T8 pivot screw, and that is a captive pivot. We've got titanium T6 torque screws everywhere else. We've got a milled titanium clip. That one is almost deep carry. You're going to have a little tiny bit poking out the top of your pocket. That does not bother me at all. The clip is not reversible. This one is set up for right-handed tip-up carry. This one is a frame lock, and we have an over travel stop on here and also a steel insert bar. We've got nice access to our lock bar here, and we've got some jimping on the lock bar. We've got a titanium backspacer here with a hidden lanyard hole, which I appreciate. I hate when they drill a hole through these beautiful scales. We've got flipper tab deployment on here. We've got some nice jimping on that flipper. Let's check the action of this bad boy. Pow! That thing absolutely fires out of there with authority. We've got a 3 3/4 inch, kind of a spear point blade, drop point, spear point, somewhere in between. I get spear point vibes from this. S90V blade steel. We've got a nice forward swedge on here, flat grind or a high saber grind on that one. This one has a hand rubbed satin finish with a DLC coating that is diamond like carbon, and you can see that hand rubbed satin finish, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now this DLC coating is super scratch resistant. In fact, it is harder to scratch that DLC coating than it is to scratch that S90V steel. So this is going to offer some added corrosion resistance to an already very corrosion resistant steel, and it's not going to get scratched up like a PVD coating would. On our ricasso here, we've got the Tuya logo. On the other side, the Skelton Blade Works logo, and then our blade steel, which is S90V. So not a lot of billboarding on there. It's nice and subdued, and I really like that. The edge on here is absolutely fantastic. Just perfect, as you would expect with a Tuya knife. The action on this knife is just phenomenal. It has a nice hydraulic close to it. It's not a guillotine. And one thing I really like about this knife is this finger guard that comes down and covers up the flipper tab when it's in the open position. It's got a nice early detent on it, and so that flipper tab falls right on your thumb, and then just a great close on there. The action on this knife is some of the best action I have ever had on any knife. This is just fantastic. Nice early detent too. Let's see. There's the detent on that. So it's never going to get hung up because by the time that flipper tab touches your thumb, we've already cleared the detent. And I just love that nice hydraulic close on there. And that palm swell is perfect. It gives me a good purchase on the knife. And then we've got a nice little pinky indentation here. So that 4 3/4 inch handle fits my hand perfectly. My hand takes up every bit of it. Most people are going to have some room sticking out of the bottom here. This is an 8.5 inch knife. So it is a nice size knife with plenty of handle, and there are no hot spots, no warm spots. That low profile milled titanium clip just melts into your hand. Sometimes on this frag pattern, we've got, you know, it's a little bit pokey, a little bit sharp. That is not the case on this one. Everything is chamfered down nicely. The only place where this knife has somewhat of a sharp edge is right here on the corner of the relief cutout. Now, you can feel it if you do that, but in your hand, you don't notice it whatsoever. I mean, it's not there. And that is just being super nitpicky. They could have knocked that down just a little bit, but I'm certainly not complaining. It just feels magnificent in my hand. It's almost like this one was made for my big wide hands. I just love it. Now, this one had several different versions, so tons of different options. Jim still has some of these on his website, which I will link below, skeltoncustoms.com. TuyaKnifeUS.com still has some of these available, and so does White Mountain Knives, and I will link all of those below. I just love the aesthetic of this knife. Now, this is a pass-around knife. If I were going to buy one for myself, I really like the one that is white G10 with the bolster and the red liners. That one just looks super sharp to me. You've got the option of the DLC coated blade or just the regular hand rub satin finish. So tons and tons of options on this. And man, what a great knife. And if you like a bigger knife, this one is really gonna fit the bill. This is just fantastic. I actually think that I like this more than the scaphoid, and the scaphoid's excellent, but this one is just next level. Jim, you knocked it out of the park on this one. Tuya, you guys absolutely killed it. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the Tuya Caladan version 2. Awesome freaking knife. I'm glad I had the opportunity to handle this one and share it with you guys. Just a phenomenal knife. As always, guys, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you have the Tuya Caladan or the Caladan version 2 or the Tuya Scaphoid or any of the knives designed by Jim Skelton. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Don't forget about the Just the Tip live stream tonight here on my channel, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. East. We are going to have Casey from Knives Fast and Tempest Knives on the show. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be awesome as always. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.